Hey guys, welcome back to New England Next Gen, the podcast where young Americans talk about truth, media, civic responsibility, and the future of our country. Today we're reacting to something huge and honestly something that should scare every single person who cares about honesty in the news, which we all know doesn't really exist a lot in 2025. Today, we just learned that BBC edited Donald Trump's speech in a way that made it look like he suggested violence when he actually didn't. And now Trump is suing them. I came across this clip and I was like, we have to talk about this, all right? We're going to break down what happened before I'm going to show you the video, but I'm going to break this down first. The breakdown is BBC released a version of Trump's speech that cut out key context. The edit completely changed the meaning, making it look like Trump was implying or encouraging violence, when the full unedited version shows he wasn't. Let me be super clear, regardless of your feelings of Trump, this is not about pro Trump or anti Trump. This is about pro truth. When a major news outlet selectively edits a political speech in a way that changes the meaning, that's not journalism, that's manipulation. And that is why this lawsuit is going to happen. It's just gonna, because he has to fight to show what the truth actually was. And this is exactly a good point in showing how, whether what side you choose, left, right, independent, you can't just follow everything that you see on the news. All right, so I'm going to show you the video, okay? I'm using this clip because I thought this was perfect. It shows you the script before and it was edited and after. So this is I kind of watched this video already, and this one shows you what they actually aired, okay? So this is what he aired. Let's see if I can make sure you guys can hear it. Here we go. Ready?
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Okay. So that was before the one that they aired.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. But I said, something's wrong here, something's really wrong, can't have happened, and we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. Our exciting adventures and boldest endeavors have not yet begun.
What happened here today was an insurrection incited by the President of the United States. Those who choose to continue to support his dangerous gambit by objecting to the results of a legitimate democratic election will forever be seen as being complicit in an unprecedented attack against our democracy.
Now I don't have time to go into the entire video. You guys can look this video up. You just have to look up BBC and the Trump speech edit and then the unedit. There's so many news articles. I mean, I believe Joe Rogan even went into this already himself. Everybody's talking about it at this point. But pretty much you can see that they edited it. They made it seem like that he just went in there and said, incited violence and said, go forth and, fight like hell. But he didn't actually say that. And you saw the actual full speech. So going on, with that being said, this incident is the perfect example on how media in 2025 can intentionally shape a narrative. They know what they're doing. They know which clips to cut and which lines to change. And here's the part we have to talk about as New England Next Gen. People are not divided because Americans suddenly hated each other. People are divided because media feeds us two different versions of the truth. If one side sees the edited version and the other side sees the real version, Of course, people are going to end up arguing, and the division is manufactured. Our generation consumes more media, like the younger people like us, we consume more media than anyone in history. We see clips before we even see context. We see outrage before we see facts, and we see edits and not reality. And this is exactly why young people get manipulated and why our conversations have turned so toxic. If the BBC, a global respected news organization, can cut and twist a speech like this, then what else is being edited? What else is being framed? And what else is being presented as truth when it's actually just a narrative? So, this is why New England Next Gen exists. We push people, especially young people, to seek the truth beyond the headlines, beyond the edits, beyond the spin, right? Always ask, where did this info come from? Is this edited? Is there a full version? And who benefits from me believing this narrative? That's like the number one thing I ask when I watch something. You need to ask, like, what's the motive of this article before you even understand the message, because motive is more important than what they're actually saying at first, because they could be editing it and trying to get you to understand and follow their narrative. And it's like the M words I'm saying, motive, but it's really the motivation. I mean, they want to motivate you to believe what they want to believe by feeding you whatever they want you to believe. So even if you dislike Trump, you should still be alarmed, because if they do this to him, they can do it to anyone. Journalism is supposed to inform. That is their job. They're not supposed to manipulate, they're not to provoke, and they're not to incite division. Like, what does it say about the news now if they're supposed to be the American people? They work here in America, they're American citizens that promote our news, and they're causing our country to fall apart. So, we need truth driven culture where the next generation demands transparency from their news sources. So yeah, the BBC got caught editing. Trump is suing, and honestly, the lawsuit isn't even the biggest part of the story. The real story is that media thinks that they can get away with changing reality and influencing how millions of people view events. And the only people who can stop that are us, the ones who question everything, who watch the full context, who refuse to be manipulated. And that's what New England Next Gen stands for. So thanks for watching. Thanks for thinking critically. Thanks for choosing truth. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you think about the mainstream media editing political speeches, and I will see you in the next episode, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.